All right. Hi. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Good evening, Om. Good evening, Asish. Hi, Priya. Hi, Gamer Sports. All right. So let's start the class for today. So, is my voice audible to everyone? Just for a quick confirmation, is it audible to everyone? Is it clear? Just let me know in the chat if it is crystal clear. Yes. All right. Is it audible? Hi. Good evening, Asish. All right, audible, perfect. So in the yesterday's session, so we had discussed about the program that we are doing, that is the fortune teller. I guess many of you had doubt in the previous session, so just you can just let me know your questions, what you had. I'm just sharing the code, but we'll go deep into it. And if you have any of your friends, they are waiting for the session, you can ask them to join in. We are already live right now. All right, just give me a minute. Let me share the screen for this session. Let me share my coding screen, VS Code screen. All right. So okay, let me do one thing. Let me copy the code, what we have done yesterday. Just give me a moment. Okay. All right. So yesterday we were working on this fortune future carrier, that is like you have to enter a uh, color, and it will detect about your, it will tell you about your fortune by responding to the button click and the color you have chosen. So anybody have any questions in the HTML part? For now we'll go step by step in this HTML code. Do you have any kind of queries, any doubt right here in this particular part? All right. Hi Neeraj, hi Ashu, hi Bhavesh, Sandeep. All right. Any queries, any doubt, any issues you have in this particular part of the code? Yes, no, not yet. Okay. So, how many of you have already completed this part? This, how many of you have completed this code that we have done in the previous session? Yes. How many of you have? Hi, Antaha, I need to. Yes, yeah. All right, let me know. Done. Okay, Yashra says done. Vanu says me. Okay, very good. So, any doubt, any error you got, any kind of error? Because yesterday I got, okay, completed. Any kind of error you faced, any issues you have completed, faced, anything? Nothing. Okay, how many of you want to explain any part of the code? Like, uh, you have some doubt and you want me to explain any part of this code. I think yesterday many of you are having doubt. Are you? How many of you are clear about the var, late, and const? Anyone who have any kind of queries, or if it is clear, then I want you to answer. Okay, line 6 and last line. Okay, Gaurav, line 6 and last line. Okay, let me have a look. Line 6 is this. You are having, so yesterday I have added one more thing to this, that is concatenated dot period operate period with two lowercase this along with the code. Okay, you want me to explain this part, and which one? Okay, anyone else getting this error on cut type? It's dot get element by id, Yashraj, not elements by id. You need to fix that. Okay, just have a look on this code, Yashraj. You need to write dot get element by id, not elements by id. There you have the error. Okay. All right, then it will be fixed. Okay, explain var, late, cons, and differences, sir. Okay, I will explain that. Perfect. I'll explain that. Okay, you have doubt in line number 6 and line number 19. Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, let me explain you that only. So just give me a moment. I'm coming to that particular part. So in line number 6, what we have is document dot get element by id and you have the fav color. Okay, so what does this means? Okay, so basically let's understand this document dot get element by id part. Okay, so document, this is a built-in javascript object. Okay, the document what is there right here, what you are seeing right here, it is a built-in javascript object that represents the entire html document that is loaded in the browser. Okay, that is the entire html document that is loaded in the browser. Okay, I'm going one by one, just let me know if the doubt is clear. Okay, I'll be going one by one and you need to tell if the doubt is clear. Okay, is the document part clear in this whole line? Okay, document is a built-in JavaScript objects that represent the entire HTML document that is loaded in the browser. Okay, then let's move to the next part of the code, that is dot get element by ID. Okay, dot get element by ID. All right, so let's move to that particular part, dot get element by ID. And in this particular part, okay, so what is happening? So this will be a quiz question. I will be asking you this question in the quiz, so guys do keep this in mind. So if you get any kind of questions in the interview also, it will help you guys. And dot get element by id, and inside the id we have this name of the id in which we are targeting to. So here this method of the document object, this is a method of the document object. What it does, it takes id as an argument. Okay, here we are taking a id as an argument. What is this? This fav color is the id of the input box. So we are taking the id of this input box, like we are saying by writing fav color, I want to target to the fav color. So here by writing this, we are targeting to the input box which whose id name is fav color. So I'm targeting to that, and here what it attempts to find that html element within the document. Okay, so what it is doing, by writing this, we are attempting to find that html element within that document with a specific id that is named as fav color. So this is for the identification or finding purpose of a element within the html document. Is it somewhat clear, or any questions in this part? If you still have doubt, you can just ask me doubt. Okay, so here by writing this fav color, so we are identifying the element that is the input box whose id name is fav color. So this is used to find that element. So dot element by id is find that element whose id name is fav color. If the doubt is clear, just write clear everyone. I just want clear in this tab. Okay, all right, so then dot value. So dot value means what is the value of that particular fav color, that what you have typed in that input box. Dot value represents the value that you have written in that input field. Okay, in that input field. So that is, if you have written red color, then it will pick the red color. Okay, and okay, dot value is clear, Sai? Yes. And then we have the two lower case. Okay, this I have added, this I have added at the latter stage. So this is why I have added is like this makes sense is, suppose someone, there is a chance of, if you want to pick of red, there might be a chance someone can start the red color with a capital R and small red. So in that particular case, there is a chance of like mismatching, string mismatching and stuff, all stuff. Someone might have written R caps, E small, capital D, or there. So the two red, if you do the comparison, it will not match in most of the cases. To do that, I'm converting everything into small letter, so that it will have a easy comparison between all the stuff. So there are different other methods, so this is one of the method. So this is not the optimal method, but there are a lot of optimal methods. So this is one of the way in which we can do that. Is the line 6 clear with everyone? So 6 is clear in the chat. Yes, line number 6. Then we'll move to 15 and 17, which you have doubt. 15 is the else part, I guess. 15 to 17. Okay, that else block you have doubt. Got it. So this else block you have doubt, Sachin, right? Okay, scope part. I will come to that particular part. Let me complete one. We will go one by one. Okay, we'll come to that particular part. The scope of variable. I will just explain where let const. Okay, let me complete this part first. All right. So here, what is happening? Let's understand. Okay, let's understand this part. What is exactly happening? So here, the fab color that you have written, if this is red, okay, so here this part will be true, so condition will be checked and this part will be true. So red equals to red, so this part will be true. Then the carrier variable will be what, will be initialized with a value that you might be a passionate leader. So, or if this condition is false, so if the fab color is not red, then it will come to else block. It will check if it is green. If it is green, then it will replace, then it will initialize the carrier to this. If it is not green, okay, it will move out of this block to check if it is blue. If it is blue, then this condition is true, then this statement inside this block will be executed. That means this part. If it is false, if all of these are false, then all of this condition is false, then this condition is false, all of this condition is false, then for rest of the cases other than red, green and blue, it will, for rest of the color, it will show the carrier as your future may hold many exciting stuffs for you. Okay, so if this condition is false, this condition is false and this condition is false, so if this condition is false, this statement inside this will not be executed, this will be not be executed, this will not be executed. What will be executed? This part. So this part will be executed. Create clear everyone? 15 to 17, is it clear? Sachin, yeah, I will come to that part. Why, where to use double equal to, where to use triple equal to. I will come to that part next. Okay. If you put pink, right, then the carrier will be this. Okay. So else block will be executed. Okay, let's move. I think this part is clear, right? If you have doubt, anyone have doubt, do not hesitate. You can just write doubt, and I will explain you that part, doubt, and which part you have doubt. Okay, let's move to the inner HTML part. Okay, that is the important part. Yeah, I'll share the code. Okay, and if you are enjoying the session, just don't forget to hit a like in this video. Okay, all right, so let's move to the next part. That is this part, document dot get element by id. So I think you know till this part, just till this part you have same document. In this HTML document, it will search for the element having the id as fortune. Which element has id as fortune? We have a paragraph right here and we have given its id as fortune, right? We have a paragraph right here and we have given its id as fortune. Okay, but inner part of this paragraph is blank right now. The inner part of this paragraph do not have any kind of content in it. Okay, it do not have any kind of content inside it. It is a blank slate right now. So what it will do is, okay, so in this particular case, if you write like this, what it will do, it will replace. So here we are targeting to the inner content of this HTML. So here we are picking from the HTML document, we are searching for the element having the id as fortune. Which element has id as fortune? This paragraph has id as fortune. Okay, it will pick that particular element and to its inner HTML, to its inner content of this paragraph, it will replace it with the carrier. What is carrier? That is the statement, that is the string that you have assigned to this particular variable. That is a string. So it will replace the paragraph content with the string that you have assigned with the variable. So let's see. Let me share the screen. So this will be easily take a screenshot of this particular part. Okay, take a screenshot of this particular part. Till then I am sharing the browser. Okay, right now I'll be sharing with you the browser so that the things will be much more clearer. Okay, so let me share the screen, just give me a moment. I'll be sharing my browser right now. All right, I have just shared the browser. Is it visible? Okay, you can see this is the input box with the id as fav color. Here, let me show you the inspect element. Okay, this is the input box with the id as fav color, which you can see right now. Then we have a paragraph right here, which is blank right now. Okay, you'll see the changes, what is happening right here. Okay, just mark to this is blank right now. Okay, so here what I'll do is I will write red and press on tell me. You can see here this particular what is there inside the carrier part is being imp- part of this tag as the inner html, and you can see this was previously blank and now it is replaced with the string that is there assigned to the carrier part. Is it clear, this code part? Yes, no? Yes, everyone in the chat, any doubt, any questions till now? Technically this is, there is no error right now in this particular code. This is okay. So any questions right now? All right, answering any questions. So what is the error? There is no error. Check. No queries. Okay. All right, if you have any queries you can just let me know in the chat. Okay. uh, Sachin, just yeah, I'll go through this program. Show me the code again, sir. Okay, just give me a moment. Let me share the screen. Just quickly take a note of the code. I want everyone to complete this code. And now what I'll do is I will come to the variable constant. Many of you have doubt in this part where let const. Okay, so let me explain you that part also. So this is the code. Let me reduce the screen size. Yes. Okay, now is it visible to everyone? Uh, there was a JS code. Tell me once in. Okay, okay, double equals to and triple equals to part. That part. What is the syntax of if-else statement in different languages? It is somewhat similar for most of the languages. There are few changes in there, but almost you can say. Okay. Mm, scope. Okay, two things I will be addressing right now. That is double equals to and triple equals to. Okay, so basically what is the difference between double equals to and both of this double equals to? Okay, what you can say is this double equals to and triple equals to, both of this will be comparing to through this example. Okay, so you will tell me the output. First tell me the output of this. What do you think the output of this and output of this, the line 27 and line 28? How many of you can say me? Let's see how many. Just give a wild guess. No, there is no need to be right or wrong. You just give me a guess. Okay, true. Okay, Pooja is saying true and false. Okay, others just give it a try. No need to worry about it. Just give it a try. Okay, very good, Srisha. True and true. Sachin says true, false, true, false. Dipanka, which part you want me to tell once more? Just let me know. Okay, true. Okay, got it. So basically, let's see the output. What I'll do is I'll use the template literal, that is backtick. Okay, right here, and to represent. So let me tell you how to represent this. Other way of representing this: console log a double equals to b, and along with the string, how to represent a variable. So here, instead of after this, add a backtick. Okay, inside the backtick, to write a variable, you need to add dollar sign along with the curly braces. Inside it, keep the variable double equals to, using the template literal, how you can print it. So for the smaller one, sorry, for this smaller code, this you might be finding it difficult, but this will help you guys. So a double equals to b is this. Okay, then what I can do is, what are the I'm telling you about the different ways of implementation of this. Okay, so similarly here, what I'll do is another way: a triple equals to, and this will be triple equals to save. This is one way. All right, so what I'll do is open with live server, and I will just, but here what I'll do is, sorry, here, eh, not, let me not do this, console.log, sorry. So this will be helpful for you. A equals to this, and b equals to this. And inside it, let's do this directly. And this also, let's do directly. All right. So let me put this in comment so that it will be visible, so that you can understand what is happening and what is not. Okay. And this is for A, B. Let's do this for A and C. Okay. Just give me a moment. All right, A, B, and C. B is this. A double equals to B. Similarly, let's do one more comparison. A with C. And let's do one more thing. Circle equals to C. And let's see the output. Okay. So let's see how many of you are right and how many of you are wrong. So let me share the browser screen. Just give me a moment. Let me save it. And then you can ask me your doubt. Any questions you have, we'll go through it. I'm sharing the screen. Just give me a moment. All right. So you can see right now the screen will be shared. Okay. in the right hand side in the console part. Okay, control shift I, then click on the console part. The screen will be visible, so you can see right now. So let me omit this first line. All right, so the b was a string. Okay, so the b was a string. So here it is not showing this as a string. We'll fix that part for now. So you can see the b was a string. Okay, so a double equals to b is true. Okay, but a triple equals to b is false. But a double equals to b c is true, and a triple equals to c is true. Okay, why this is so? Why in case of triple equals to b it is false, but in case of triple equal to c it is true? Okay, can anyone tell me? Anyone in the chat? Can anyone tell me why is it so? So what is happening is both double equals to, okay, both double equals to and triple equals to, they are, you can say, is used to check the equality between the two variables. Okay, they are used to check the equality between two variables, that is a b or a c or something like this. And how they differ is they differ from one another in terms of same, how same they are. One is for comparing the two, and one is to check if they are exactly the same or not. Okay, when we are doing a comparison between a b, okay, let me change. Now you have seen the output only b, a triple equals to b is false. Why it is so? Let me move to the code part. Okay, let me move to the coding screen so that it will be a bit easier. Now the screen is visible. Okay, it will be visible. The screen will be shared with you guys. Just be there. Okay, just give me a moment. The screen will be shared. I have already shared the screen. Yeah. All right. So here we are checking the equality between the two stuff. Okay. So double equals to is often referred as loose equality. Okay. The double equal to what you are using right here. This is for like loose equality, and the triple equals to what we are using is for what you can say as the strict equality. Okay, so let me write here strict equality. Okay, so basically what is so here double equals to and triple equals to often let me tell you one thing. So the both, in first case, both double equals to and triple equals to are true. If we find equality, if we find equality, then it is false for the triple equal to, like a triple equal to b, then it becomes false. So how these things work? In this above example, both a and b, okay, both a and b are two variables. Okay, and the type of a is a number. A is a number type variable, but b is a string type variable. Okay, you can see right here the b is a string type variable and a is a number type of variable is number. The type of variable of b is a string. Okay, so now when we compare the two variables using the double equals to, it is true, it is coming true as the output. When we compare the two a and b with double equals to, we get true as output. This is because the type of a, variable a, is converted to string before making any kind of comparison, and after the comparison the value is checked, and both, in both of the variables, if they are same, then we get true. If they are same, we get true. Okay, so here when checking, the type of variable a is converted to string before making the comparison. Keep in mind, variable type of variable a is converted to string before making the comparison, and after the comparison the value is checked in both of the variable. If they are same, so a and b are same, they are both 100, b string is 100 and a is 100, so we get true as output. But in case of so this is if so how these things happen if either of the so this here comes a new concept, that is a type cohesion. So let me write the concept right here, that is type cohesion. What is this what is this exactly? So are you able to understand this part till now? Are you able to understand, are you able to get it what I am telling? So now let's focus about the JS part. Once JS part will is clear, then we'll move to the other part. Okay, Gupta, Om. Okay, yes, both the data and the data type. So let's first focus on the JS part. Let's clear that, then we'll move to the different languages. Okay. So here in this case, if either of the operand, there is a two operand, like we have A and B, there is two operand. If either of the operand is a string, then one of the operand is a string, A or B, anyone is a string, the other operand is converted to string. So if A is a number, B is a string, then the any one of this is a string, then the other one which is not string, that is converted to string, and the comparison is done. So if so this is how it is happening. The same for the boolean. Okay, if either of the operand is boolean, it will be converted to number. So true becomes 1 and false becomes 0, and then the comparison will be done. Okay, so basically this is how the type cohesion happens. So if so how then triple equals to work with the same example. So in this following example, okay, in triple equals to we have two variables a and b. The type of variable a is what you can say is number. The type of variable b is a string. So because the type of a is a number and the type of variable string is b is string, so that is why the resultant we are getting as false. So triple equal to checks for the types of the operand first, those and those who differ in this example, it will return as false. First it check for the types, if the types are equal or not. So in this case, the types are different. One is number, A is a number, B is a string. That is why we are getting false. Is it clear right now between double equals to and triple equals to? If it is clear, then I got it in the chat. I got it in the chat. Everyone, if it is clear, I got it in the chat. Everyone, I can see there are a lot of people right here. So yes, everyone. Guys, I want you to be super active. Okay, I will move to the next topic because many of you have doubt in this topic, so that's why. Okay, got it. All right, so shall I move to the var variable and all stuff? Okay, those who have doubt, I think few have doubt in the variable. Can you tell me about the scope? Okay, I am moving next to that particular part, the scope and the variable part and all stuff. Okay, before moving to that part, okay, Deva, you can ask your doubt. Okay, I am coming to the scope of the variable. Before telling about the scope of the variable, can you tell me, is the declaration of variable and initialization of the variable are same thing or different thing? If you are saying same, then write same. If you are saying different, then write different. Same with a happy smile. If you're saying same with a happy smile, if you're saying different with a smile, if a teeth smile or anything. Okay, var versus constant. Also, I am coming to that particular part. Also, var, late, constant. The three differentiations between the three. Also, I am coming to that part right now. So, all right, yes, sir, same. Okay, no, it is not same. So, declaring. So, declaring is like creating a new variable. Okay, understand this part. Declaring is like creating a new variable. Like here, if I write let x, okay, So this is declaring, I'm creating a new variable. So this is declaring a new variable, but here you need to keep one question in mind, which you get usually in the like interviews and all stuff. Okay, while you are declaring a variable, what is the value of that variable? When you declare, is it assigned with a value or it is empty? Yes, can anyone tell me? We will check it right now, but can anyone tell me, is it assigned with a value or it is empty? No, it is not empty. This is the question you need to keep in mind. When you are assigning a value to a variable, the default value that is assigned to it, it is called as undefined. Okay, if you do console log, it will say it is undefined. The value, if you do the console log, it will, it in this particular code, it will come as undefined. Okay, so this question you need to keep in mind. Okay, so no JS or here no JavaScript automatically assigns any value of a undefined variable. Okay, so it will be undefined right here. So next question is assigning, initializing. Okay, here we are done with the declaration part. Okay, initialization. So these are the very basic question uh, which interviewer asks and many of you fail to answer. So this initializing is assigning assigning a value for the uh, to a variable for the first time. Okay, sorry for the spelling, I'm bad in it. So it is like assigning a value to a variable for the first time, that is the initializing. Let's say, for in this particular case, x is equal to 5. Okay, if we write this is assigning, here we are assigning a value to a variable. Okay, all right, now let's move to the next part, that is naming convention. Okay, naming convention. So for the naming convention, you need to have a variable name as descriptive and follow the camel case. Like camel case is something like this: start with a small one and the next one with a capital letter. Let's say you are creating a value to store the even number. So here, this is how you can store it, like this: even number, camel case. Start with a smaller one and the next word. Do not add space in between the value. Just add, start with a capital letter of the initials of the next word. So this is how you can name a value. Okay. Okay. Now let's move to the most asked question, that is var, let, and const. Okay. So all right. So is it clear till this particular part? Exactly. Okay. All right. So let's move to the next important part right now. That is what you are seeing on the screen. Okay. Can you okay, there is a difference between all of this. Okay. They are not same. There is a difference between var, let, and const. Okay. So basically var and let create a value that can be reassigned another value. Suppose you are creating a value and later you want to reassign that with another value. Okay, you are storing you are assigning x is equal to 5, and at the very latter stage you want to reassign the value of x to any different value. In that particular case, var and let and used. Okay, and constant creates a constant variable, and you cannot reassign it with another value. Suppose you are saying constant p equals to pi equal to 3.14, that remains constant throughout the program, and you cannot reassign pi with another value. Okay, here you can say, you are assigning like const pi equals to 3.14 you are assigning, then at the very latter stage you cannot reassign pi equals to something a different value, which is you'll get an error. So which kind of error? Just have a look on it, check your console and let me know in the chat what error you are getting if you are reassigning a constant with a new value. Okay guys, to check it and let me know in the chat what error you are getting in this if you are assigning a constant with a new value, different value. Okay, so this is what you are getting right now. Yes, I will be showing right now. So constant, where you are where to use constant. Suppose you are developing any kind of web page or any standardized theme kind of stuff. In that particular case, yeah, the theme color you can store it in constant. Okay. Suppose you in a particular page you want to redirect to a particular block of code. Okay, like particular web page, particular url path, so you can store that particular url path which is fixed in a constant variable, which will help you to use it in a frequent basis to redirect it already. Okay, so okay, so how to run that code? Okay, can you show us the example? Okay, okay, all right, so Bharat, have you installed the live server in your VS code? Yes, yes, no, have you installed? Once you have done with the installation part, what you can do is just create. I have created a HTML page along with which I have linked the JS code. Then I have created a link in the script tag. Those who are new, I'm just telling you again, just have a look. Then right click, open with live server. Okay, and to check this code, let me share the VS code like browser screen with you guys. Just give me a moment. I'm sharing the browser screen right now. Then Bharat, have a look. Okay, in case you have doubt, just let me know. Okay, so here install the live server. If you have not installed, then it is fine also. So in the browser, Control Shift and I. Okay, Control Shift I, it will this open the inspect element stuff. There you will have multiple tabs. Go to the console tab, and here you will see all the outputs. You can see X is undefined, which I have written right now in the code. You can see this part. Okay, clear, Bharat? Those who are having doubt with running the code, no, Sai, I do not know Telugu, sorry. Okay, so as per said before, currently for the current practice, you need to for use late in most of the cases, and do not use. Try to avoid using where. If you ask me about the preferences of usability and all stuff, okay, if you ask me, then I will always suggest to use let. Okay, so what is the difference between all the three? There are difference is compared with few of the factor, that is the scope of the variable and declaration and reassignment. In this ways, the difference is basically just in between these two, var and let. Okay, for the var. Okay, var, what you can do is, let me show you few of the examples. Let me share the screen, the VS Code screen. Guys, I'll be quickly completing this part right now. Okay, all right, so basically var, what you can do is var is valid. Okay, var is you can have a global and local scope by using var. Okay, as in global scope, as in, let me, I have a program right here. Var is for scope, global and local scope. So to give you example, I have a code along with me. Okay, so let's take this code right here as the example. Okay, and here let var number equals to 50. We have written a function. Okay, and here var equals to number into number and console log square, so it will, and here we have console.log 50. Okay, so here the number has a global scope right here. Okay, this number right here in this particular program has a global scope, and here this variable square has a local scope, that is within this, it is valid within this block. Okay, within this square is valid within this block, but this number right here is valid throughout the like globally it is available, like here it is available, you can access it here. But if you are declaring a variable within this curly braces, then its scope is within that, is reserved within that only. Okay, so this is the local scope and global scope. So for variable you can do redeclarations. Okay, and again as number, if you just write where something, and if you do not define it, it will become undefined, it will show here undefined if you do not like define it. Similarly the same case goes with late, but there is one more differences that is happened with late. So late has global, local, and the block scope. The two late and this. So here I'm telling this late has, but here if I print square, it will be available if I use the if else statement. But late has, you can say, global, local, comma, block scope. Let me show you example. So block scope is something like that is there within a block of memory, like something like this. Within this, let's say this is a current block, so its scope is within the block. And if you have declared it globally, means somewhere outside inside the local scope also you can use it. Okay, so let's take an example so that it will be much more clarified. So let me take an example in which your doubts will be cleared along with any kind of issues. So here I have one more example. So here let's take this example right here. So let number, so it is declared globally. So this number is also accessible within this block of memory. So square is 50 star 50. Okay, if this number is less than 60, so 50 for 50 is not less than 50. So like a number is now less than 60. Okay, so then what will happen, the 50 is less than, this 50 is less than 60, so var large number is equal to 80, and let another large number equals to 100. So console.log square will be, the value of square will be this 50 star 50, that will be 2500. So this is declared globally, but this can be also accessed within the block scope. But other way around, here in this particular case, where variable, here is the difference between the variable and the late. Okay, here is the important thing you need to understand, between the difference between the where and the late, which you might, which Deva was asking. Okay, so here you can see you have declared a variable within the block scope. Okay, not globally, not outside. You have declared a variable inside the if statement, if else control statement. Okay, you have declared a variable within this block, and which is inside this, not outside of this block. So but again inside also you have declared using let. You have declared one using where, you have declared one using let. So square here, it will be square, you have declared it outside of it. So the inside, if you have declared it globally also, it will be accessed here. So you have declared within the print function, like function print, the square. So this can be accessed right here because it is there inside that particular block only. But if you have declared something inside using the var, you can access it outside. If you have declared something using the local scope using the var, that is this large number. So if you do console.log large number, it will print 80. But if you have done the same thing using the let within this particular block scope, inside this particular block scope, and if you want to access it outside of that block scope, you cannot access that particular variable. You will get the another large number is not defined. Clear? So that is the difference between the var and let. Okay, is it clear? Yes, Deva, is it clear? So if you are doing any kind of local declaration in the global field, you cannot access it. If you are declaring within this block scope, you cannot access it outside of it. Yes, everyone, it is, if it is clear, just write I am clear. Okay, if you are, we can use where. Okay, here where can be accessed if you are declaring within this block of if statement. We using where, you can access it outside. Okay, you can access it outside here. Likewise, if you do console.log large number, your output will be 80. But the same thing if you do using the let, you cannot access it. You will get a reference error, that is another large number is not defined. In terms of security issues, this is one of the best practice. It is one of the good practice of using let. Okay, it is one of the good practice using let in this particular case in terms of security and data abstractions and all the stuffs. So it is one of the good practice to use let in some of this kind of conditions. You have lot of utility cases, so this is how it is work. Clear? So var, as I said before, var is global and var has global and local scope, but it do not have a block scope kind of thing. Like if you write it inside if, it cannot be accessed. There is no such thing in var. But let has both local and block scope along with the global thing. So if you define it within a block, it cannot be accessed outside of the block scope directly. Okay, all right, so that's all about your variable. So let's move to the quickly. So we have covered the functions part, like we have covered the function part, like in this particular example, by writing the name of the function. Okay, this is the function syntax, the function keyword along with the name of the function. Then we have the parenthesis along associated with it. Then we have the curly braces, that in this curly braces you write the code that you want to be executed. Like here in this case, within the curly braces, we want to execute this block of code when we trigger tail fortune. Okay, so this is what is happening right here for us. Okay, so this is all about function in JavaScript. Function also has written some kind of statements, so which we will come to the next part. But before coming to that part, like JavaScript mostly has 8 data types. Okay, understand the data types. Okay, will take 10 minutes max and will end the session. So be uh, like active right now. So in terms of data types, I have left yesterday's class session. So JavaScript has, make a note of it, string. Okay, string number. So and you have big int, you have boolean. Okay, you have undefined. Okay, and you have null, sorry, You have symbol, just make a note of it, everyone. And you have object type. Mostly we have covered most of the things. We have covered string, begin is there. So basically, boolean is true and false. Something like let x equals to true. Okay, so let's aim t equals to true and let u equals to true. So in the first part, okay, the this is boolean and u is, if you check the type of, okay, if you check use the type of to check the t part, okay, you will get it's like t is something like uh, boolean and u is string type, okay, because of the double quotes. Okay, then we have objects. So object type, in the object type, it is like assigned with a key and a value pair. Okay, let me give you example of the object type. We'll come to the next other part also. So in the type, we can, let's say we have name of the student, let's say the student. Let's create an object named as student. Okay, and here the student, as said before, it has a key and a value pair. So start with a curly braces. Let the student's first name, this is the key, and the value will be, let's take any one example whose name I will be taking. Let's take Varat, and comma, last name Sanjay. So this is how you create a object uh, type. Okay, this is how you create a object type. And similarly, you have array type. Array is something like you want to create a collection of same type of elements. For that, you create arrays. We'll use all of this. Like let's create an array of car, and here we'll store, like let's say we have different car companies like Volvo, we have BMW, we have uh, Hyundai. Okay, so here we are creating a collection of different brands name of cars. So here we, this is how we create arrays. Okay, all right. So any questions if you have, you just ask me. Rest will be covering slowly for the rest. Okay, all right. So these are all the data types. Similarly, you have date and all the stuffs. Okay. So object data types, object data types contains like built-in objects or user-defined objects, and built-in objects can be your objects such as arrays, dates, maps, uh, promises, which you will be learning. All this comes under the built-in objects. Okay. So 5 minutes we have in hand. Okay, so we have covered the, so here there is a like type of command which you can use to check the search for is to check the type of different variable. Write different kind, your assignment is to write different kind of variables and check its type, what it is showing, and show me in the next class using any link. Okay, yeah, I will be providing the codes of today's class. Yeah, I will tell you the difference. We have a program assigned to it. I will tell you the difference. So here we have covered the data types, variables. We have covered about functions. We have learned about the conditional statement, that is if, else if. Okay, if, else if, and if else is also similar to that. Okay, what we can cover right now is in the 5 minutes. Can you give me 5 minutes where I will be telling you about a loop? maybe a for loop or a while loop. Is it fine with you guys? Can it take you 5 minutes more? Maximum 5 minutes. Okay. So let me tell you the loop, that is for loop. Okay. So for loop is like execute a block of code for multiple times. If you want to execute the same thing, instead of writing a single block of code for 5 times, by using a loop, you are like in the music player. Okay, you might have seen in the music player, if you click on the loop icon, the same song continues for the multiple times. So this is what you do not have to keep on play when the song ends for the multiple times. So for that you use loop, so that after ending it will start automatically. The same thing goes right here only in the JavaScript loop. Okay, instead of writing the same block of code for multiple times, what you can do, you can use the loop for running this code. So here we have the example right here. So let me continue with the example which you have right here on this screen right now. That let me continue for the example. Okay, homework, for the homework, try to complete the try to do the what you can say is rock paper scissors game using the if else statement. Okay, I have shown you the if else statement. Using the if else, if you can, or using if, you can write do a rock paper scissors game and show me in the next class and submit it. Okay, so before that, let me complete the for loop. So here what I have created right now is a array. In this array, what we have name of all the brands of the car. Okay, so let me add a few more. Let me add few more along with this, like Volvo, BMW. We have Hyundai. Then any brand name you have in mind, just let me know. Two more, three more. I'll be adding right now. I have kept space for you guys. Let me know in the chat which car brands you want me to enter. So now what I'll do is, uh, yes, here what I want to do is, right now I want to print the name that is there in the car array, one after the other in the next line, one below the other. First I want to print like Volvo, then I want to print under it, I want to print BMW, under it I want to print Hyundai, one after the other. Okay, so this is what I want to do right now using the for loop. Okay, okay, someone is saying Honda, Kia, Tata. Okay, okay, all right. So Tata, someone is saying Kia, someone, okay. Tata is said by Game, Kia is said by Shrisha. Okay, Naveen is saying Lotus. Naveen, okay. Which one to add? Let me add Skoda for now. Okay. All right. So we have a list of car. To now, what we can do is to understand the length of the array. There is, you can just write car dot length. It will give you the length of the whole array. All right. So here, what we want to do is, in this particular case, I want to start like in a traditional method. If you do not use the for loop to print all of this, okay, to print all of this, what I need to do is I need to write something as uh, uh, what we can do is traditional way. I need to console.log every time. uh, Let me do one more thing. Let me add here a paragraph and give it a id as cars display. Okay, and here what I'll do is, in the script part I will fetch it something like document. I will fetch that element dot get element by id. Okay, and the name of the id is car. Let me copy it so that car display, and within that, just a minute, dot inner html. Okay, I want to paste the text, so I'm just writing the code. Okay, go through it. Okay, I'm just writing the for loop right now. Just go through it, and in the next class just tell me if it is working or not. So this is the loop right now. Okay, take a screenshot if it. Next class I will be explaining you this. Okay, so let me know in the next class if it is working or not. Okay, and someone, you need to explain me how it is working in the next class. Okay, take a screenshot of it. Next class I will be explaining this particular code. Here I'm just giving you a brief. Here it is starting the loop with I initial value of 0. So index of this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is starting with 0 and ending with 5, and every time that loop increments. I'll be explaining you in the next class this code. Just let me remind me. Okay, so loops will be covering in the next class. So that's it for today. Any doubts, you can just let me know. Dot inner html will change the inner html part which we have used in the previous code. Okay, it will fill this part with the text part. What is there, what value is stored inside this variable, it will print that as the content of this tag. Okay, all right, so that's it for today. Thank you everyone. Any doubts, you can just have a look on this code and explain me in the next class. Okay, good night then.